It's safe to assume Jeffrey Epstein's lavish New Mexico mansion with its dark secrets is not for everyone.
We recently spoke about Jeffrey Epstein's sprawling, multi-million-dollar New Mexico mansion with its own functioning town and infrastructure. Now let's take a look inside.
Several women accuse the billionaire investor of using them at Zorro Ranch, his estate near Stanley, New Mexico.
Unfortunately, those cases were swept under the rug.
In a nutshell, this is a property that was purchased from the governor of New Mexico at that time and saw a ton of elites from New Mexico as well as all over the world. Many people have been mentioned to go and kind of hang out there because this was a completely sustained town with a mansion attached to it. But go watch that video, it'll give you a lot more information. One thing that did pop up and someone asked a question that I thought was rather astute and fit here.
What the f*** they doing out there? They way too quiet out there. What the f*** they planning? Or is life so good out there, they trying to keep quiet because they don't want the rest of us to know?
Well, a lot happens here, and a lot of the reason nobody talks about it is most people don't even realize New Mexico is part of the United States. Ask anyone from this state who has actually left this state, we will be asked, do you need a passport to get here? Or make comments on how great our English is. Yeah, we live in the United States, so there's that. People who live here know a lot goes on here, and I'm not even just talking about the fact that we have all those nukes in the mountain and the largest group of them in the entire United States, or the servants of the Paraclete out in Hamas, which I'll make you a video about that one too, but if you want to Google it, be ready to be horrified. Or the fact that our scientific community, as well as politicians, police, all of that stuff, were super down to help Jeffrey Epstein build this ranch that he wanted to use to populate the earth with superior babies, but they were going to have his DNA, so, I mean...
Hello, I'm Darlene Street with Sotheby's International Realty here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Please enjoy your tour of this lovely property today.
Sotheby's put this house on the market in 2021. It took several years to sell. However, they did a whole aerial view and this beautiful, lovely property. You know, I wonder if beds spot with dirty money sleep the same. I'm not sure. What you're seeing is the town. Right. Property consisted of the main house, which we're going to get to in a second, and a fully functioning little town. This is kind of a bird's eye of that, but what was in there? Well, Ranch Central. That portion of the town was referred to as Ranch Central because you've got to remember Epstein's plans for this place, and if he hadn't been caught, I guarantee you that's what would be going on out there if it wasn't already going on out there, because officials in New Mexico were not only okay with it, they were kind of in on it, right? So, it has the ranch office, the adobe residence, the yellow house, the red house, the bunkhouse, horse stalls, which there's a ton of horse stalls there, the firehouse, a barn, and a heated garage. This is a photo of the fire station, and because the FBI never raided this place, these were actually sold with the property. However, one couple did get arrested because they tried to steal the mirror out of this and got caught. There's a little blonde lady who worked for Jeffrey Epstein prior to his passing and worked there until the sale. I'm not sure if she works there after, have no idea. But if they caught you, even in the land that he was leasing from the state, she would hold you there at Pew Pew Point and wait for the police. Think about that. The police arrested them, but everything that was going on out there, they came for dinner. Also included in Ranch Central is its very own general store. Set a little further out, but also on the property, you would find the lodge, the blue house, and the log cabin. Like I said, clearly this place was designed to offer experiences to the many clients that would be coming in and out. The airstrip, and a rundown of the infrastructure. Now let's go to the main house. This is the 26,700 square foot main house, which was the only part of the property built when he purchased it from our former governor, Bruce King. The town he built himself. lavish house. You can actually still go and look these up. There aren't the videos available, and it's usually the same 50 pictures, but very lavish. Tour of the interior, and I keep reminding you, most of this was sold with the property because, again, it was not rated, and the estate didn't really take anything out. It was sold kind of as is. The only things you wouldn't have gotten included with the property were the cameras that were in every single room and the huge security system in the basement that was attached to them, which was the only thing the FBI removed. Kitchen and study in the main house, but what you will notice, these realtors for some reason decided not to take a picture of the gigantic shower or the underground lady dancer club that is rumored to be in there, or the tunnels that run all under it that everyone's pretty sure exist but no one will confirm. However, if you get too close to where the rumored entrance to those tunnels is, you will get arrested. That is lovely. But this was kind of like the sitting area out around in the courtyard. The home was sold for an undisclosed amount, showing further proof that New Mexico, I don't think so much is protecting Epstein or still protecting themselves from everyone finding out how deep this really went. However, the new property owners are suing the state because they feel like the property value was misrepresented. You bought Jeffrey Epstein's house.
Like we care, I'm sure. Yeah, boo-hoo.
Like my very grumpy and country old grandpa would have said, play stupid games, bro, you bought Epstein's house. And I'm not even sure that that's not his estate who just repurchased the property under a different name because it was a newly registered company, but that's a whole other tinfoil hat. Although the final sale price was not disclosed, it was originally listed at $27.5 million, dropped down to $18 million, and originally purchased for about $12 million, but that price does not include the land that was leased from the state of New Mexico for a few years shy of 30 years. That's Jeffrey's property in a nutshell, and this is just my reminder, we are down here, New Mexico exists, and some really messed up stuff is happening down here that the rest of the country doesn't really seem to care much about. So maybe we can change that. I hope you guys have a good day. It's always weird when I say that at the end of one of these videos because, like, horrible, but, you know, maybe try.